Good morning. What a wonderful day. Look at those blue skies, the windmills in the distance, the water. Look, if I move my mouse, it's going in and out of the water. Wow. Wow. Good morning. For me right now, it's 11:30 a.m. on a Saturday. Not sure when I'm going to post this, but I'm going to post this in the future. I thought to do this again. I can't believe I left so much time in between. And I said last time I'm gonna start doing this more frequently, and then I stopped doing it. And that's an interesting turn. I have a whole new mic, a whole new setup. Cap. Actually, that's not cap. I do have like an audio interface. I don't know if I had that before or after this. So, you know, things are looking good though. I got some chill vibes in the back. I hope you enjoy it. I'll put the link in the description. It's 2 hours of chill video game music, and I'm really glad that you stopped by. I forgot what I named these. This is entry log. No idea what number. It's actually kind of bad. I should know the number. I thought to just do this again because I really should improve the way I speak, and I don't want to have like likes and ums. I want to speak smoothly, confident. You know how it is. You know how it is. I don't want to have. I want to not be able to stutter, and I want to think before I talk. So today's entry is not really about anything specific. I'll probably put a name in the end. I hope it's a good day for you. For me, it's a fantastic day. Dude, the sun's out. Might be a little bit chilly outside. The grass is green with some lovely dandelions. Dandelions, where are you? It's partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain. And, spring is here. Maybe I should do like a quarterly interview with myself and be like, have questions set up for myself and list them out. Because, that'd be kind of beneficial for me. It's like a sort of self-reflection, but in the form of video. I don't know. I like take like a different hobby every like 4 months, but like it's like a hobby connected to my ultimate hobby or my ultimate passion, so to speak. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like a slight development staircase, and I climb one step, develop there, climb another step, develop there, and then it all comes back to like the main passion that I have. And that is, it's good. It feels good. And majority of the things that I like doing have to come with the speaking. So I'm going to make my best out of this. Let me slightly turn down the music because I don't think... Oh, shit. I didn't do it smoothly. My bad. I'll do it smoothly next time. Smoothly. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so it's going to be kind of hard to keep up. But I thought it would be wonderful to have something in the back that will help me stick out for random topics. Let's see, what's going on right now? This is supposed to be an entry log, right? For myself. What is going on? So, found out within these 4 months that a buddy of mine is having a child. What? Oh my God. A child in this economy? Yo, I'm like 24. This is really early to have a child. Or rather, it is quite exciting, exhilarating to find out that a buddy of mine is becoming a father, and a little bit scary because now I have to be a uncle, You know, I guess I was already an uncle before, but it's not like I see that kid all the time. But I see my homeboy like every couple months at most. Tired, sleepy. Yeah, I see my homeboy a couple months, um, every couple months, and you know, I'm gonna have to stop swearing. That's the first thing that's got to go. Swearing is a no go. It's a no bueno, no bueno. But yeah, I don't want the kids saying fuck, fuck, fuck. You know, like, and the kid's gonna be a girl. That's wonderful. I'm like, I told my friend, look, I will be so happy you have a kid, and you know what'd make me happier. You know, like it's fine if it's a girl, but it has to be a boy. um, yeah, but it's a girl. It was nice. We had like that bachelorette, not bachelorette. Sorry, baby shower. We had a baby shower, and like he blew this like firework up, like to reveal the birth, and it was like a fucking smoky dust cloud of pink, well, pink dust, you know, pink sand coming out of it. And I'm like, shit, I'm wearing a white t-shirt, buddy. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing, dude? Trying to ruin my clothes? I came out drippy in like a basic white tee with no logo, and and it was fresh, brand new. My girl just bought it, and I'm like running it for the first time, trying to look good. And my boy like fucking shoots that dust cloud up into the air, and now I'm fearing for my leg. I'm happy for you, bro, but I gotta hide. That I gotta hide the entire time, and until the dust settles. And like when it settled, there was socks, right? You know that you wear generally before you put shoes, and in doing that, dust cloud, like the full whole fucking ground was covered in this dust, sand, pink stuff, and like you lift your foot and just pink everywhere. Now I gotta rub it off on like one of his carpets, which I did eventually. And you know, we did a couple of fun things. You know, you do the guessing, like, oh, who do you think is gonna do this the most? Who do you think is gonna be the fun parent? And you know, he has a lovely wife. He loves very dearly, and you know, we recently went to do this thing. It's like a CPR training, but like without certificate. And I'm guessing my boy's like kind of nervous. He just wanted to hang out, and so we went and did that. And there was just like a bunch of kids, like children, and then there's like one pregnant lady, and they're all white except the pregnant lady, which was Asian. And then like so it's like Asian, Latino, and then Indian, and then a whole bunch of white people. And they're going, oh my gosh, like, you know, we're trying to put our child on solids. We, you know, he's getting to the age now that you can't, if we don't want to give him liquids, or else he can't eat. He can't eat. He has teeth now. He should be eating. He's a grown man. And it's like a fucking 18-month baby, you know. I fucking hate that voice too. Like, oh my gosh, you too, girl. Yo, our child is, you know, she's growing fine, but she has these tantrums. Like, oh my god, these tantrums. And I'm hearing it all. Like, I'm not even saying exactly what she said, but like the tone of voice of these like white moms. I'm like killing myself inside. I'm shooting myself with a gun. I'm imagining the different ways I could kill myself in the room. And, you know, aside from that, it was really good training, I guess. It was without certificate. So it's just like my boy knows how to save his baby in case he's choking. It's choking. And so I taught him the method. Or not I didn't teach him the method, but I gave him a way to remember it. You're iced out, so you're holding the baby by like the cheek, left cheek, your thumb, and then right cheek, your index finger. and then you're holding like his chin, right? And then you ice him out. So you flip him over to the ground, and you make sure not to hit the ground, obviously, or let him go. And then you give him back shots on not like on the ass. That's a really actually that's a really I'm not gonna say that again. I apologize. I'm not no Epstein shit. So not back shots, but you give him like back slaps on the back, okay, upper back, just to be clear. And then you go ice out position when the baby's head is facing to the ground. The object in the throat is supposed to fall out, and if it doesn't, you give him back slaps. Okay, not back shots, just to be clear. Back slaps. So you hit his back like 5 times, then you flip him over into the sheesh position, and so then your left hand is holding the baby from the head like a neck, so it doesn't like move, and then you do it again. You go iced out, and so you flip the baby again, grabbing the baby from like the the cheek, and then the index finger, and then it's supposed to save your baby. We learned CPR for babies and people. That was cool. But like there was one thing, like there was just like a bunch of giraffes, like this giraffe toy for the babies, but it's like fucking terrifying. And I know it's terrifying. Like I couldn't see it like from where I was sitting, but I knew the toy, and I have the toy in my basement. And I'm like, who the fuck's toy is this? It's like a giraffe with a really skinny neck, a body, and then really skinny to like wide feet, like skinny legs, wide feet. So and obviously 4 legs, and then the eyes are just bulging out, but they're black as night, and it looks fucking terrifying at night if you turn on like. And it's funny because when all my Muzzy friends come, my Muslim friends, they go to pray in the room, or just they go to pray, and they put the toy down. Is it like, and I know it's like a thing where you have to like close eyes. You can't do it. And maybe I don't think you can do it in front of like a reflection or like these mirrors in the room. But it's fucking terrifying to see it at night, and I'm like usually in my own basement, like alone. And if I see it appear in a place that I didn't put it, I have to assume that somebody else put it there, because if I assume that there's a ghost, I'm gonna fucking shit myself, and it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be straight diarrhea on these walls, and I have white walls, man. You know how noticeable diarrhea is on walls? Fucking terrible, fucking atrocious. Let me take a sip of this water. This episode is sponsored by water. It's I hope you're having a good day though. Yesterday was fantastic. I was a bit tired. We woke up like really early to go to that place. And well, we ate first. And it was like a coffee chat. Went out to like a diner. We paid way too much money. Like you kidding? Like $17 for like an egg, like an omelet. And like my dumbass, she goes, so would you like hash brown or fries with that, or tomatoes? And I was so confused from the tomatoes. I wanted to see it. I'm like, miss, I like tomatoes with my omelet. And she pulls out like the omelet dish, and there's just 3 slices of raw tomato. And I thought I was getting a whole tomato, dude. And I mean, maybe that's a little bit greedy. That's got to be a little bit greedy. But 3 slices of tomato, and like I ate that shit first because I know it's like the worst part of the fucking meal. I thought I'd like having tomatoes. I thought I gotta be healthy. Okay, I'm like vegetarian. No, I'm trying to eat healthy and lose weight. So, I thought tomatoes was the plate, but it just tasted fucking awful. And I'm like, wow, dude, this is really something in front of my boy. This is really something. And like, he's like, what'd you expect, man? It's tomatoes. I don't know, bro. I thought it'd be like tomato a la carte, like it's like It's a diner, bro. I'm paying $17 for an egg. I have eggs at home. I can make that without like seasoning. I'm like, it's just a poor man's egg. I make it into an omelet just to feel like I'm doing something. But like, dude, just cook 2 eggs, bam. I don't have to pay $17 for that. I could pay like, I think what was it, $9.99 for a pack of 30 eggs, and that lasts me so much longer than $17 on a fucking egg dish. I got nothing else. It was just eggs and tomato slices. Are we kidding? And I guess there was coffee too, but um, I always feel like a woman when somebody pays for me, like like I feel like feminine. I want to start paying for people, but like your boy got paid for, which I greatly appreciate. And he's not gonna know this, but I completely forgot my wallet in the car. So I went to eat as if I actually went to eat like a woman. I guess like an entitled woman, not every woman. My lady is lovely because she always wants to pay for me, but I say no. I have cash back, ma'am. Are you trying to have a poor financial decision occur at our fine dining area? Yeah. So, there was that. There's a lot of things. There's like a lot of things to remember. Did like that CPR, but like it would suck to do CPR and you had bad breath. I think that's my biggest fear is to have bad breath. Period. Because I want to be talking to somebody and I don't want them to think in the back of their head, "Wow, this guy's breath stinks." Yeah. Anyways, I tried considering if like vegetarian is a better diet, but dude, I don't think I could live in a world where where I don't eat meat. Like I love steak. I love I love my eggs. I love my beef and beef is steak, I guess. I like pork chops. You have spaghetti. You got the meatball, the meatball, and then you're having some ramen soup. Delicious broth. You got egg in there, obviously, and then you got like, I don't want no tofu in my ramen, dude. Tofu is disgusting. I remember going to like a conference in Alberta, and they served grilled tofu because the guy who was eating it, he couldn't eat meat. He was vegetarian, and like it was grilled tofu, but it tasted like absolutely fucking nothing. Now that might be credence to like you might give like fault to the chef, but I'm pretty sure no matter who fucking makes tofu, it's gonna taste like nothing if you grill it. Like it's not like grilling meat. Meat, you got like a nice like crusted exterior, sort of like a brown exterior, and a juicy blood, half like seared meat, and my mouth is just watering, and I just ate. I always had like having the classic, Spanish breakfast where um you have eggs, you have beans, you have like you put onion in the beans, and then I guess you're supposed to boil them. Um, but yeah, eggs, beans, some cheese, and avocado. Oof, that sets you up for the whole day. You don't even gotta worry. And if you go to work out, you have some more. You just have some chicken, a little bit of rice, some spinach, or Brussels sprouts. That one's disgusting. I'll take spinach over Brussels sprouts anytime. And then a protein shake. You're chilling. I already lost like 5 pounds, bro. We up. It's up in that his out. Oh shit! Wait, I also gotta check. You know. Oh shit! You know what I should be doing? Okay, this is gonna be kind of like off-putting, but I am going to put some music in the back. Okay, this next song. Now I know I just switched fucking topics, but I remember something right now. My audio setup has this lovely quirk that it will stop my audio output and input randomly. So I gotta be aware if that happens. So I'm gonna put this next song. It is called Monkey Island World 1 Super Mario. Okay, so sorry. Super Monkey Ball. Hope you enjoy. This just in. Water. Stay hydrated, folks. Only $9.99 for a bottle of water. And we're back. I wonder how that goes. You know, it must be really hard to be like a talk show host. I'd like to be a talk show host. That would be pretty cool. Though I don't know how. Obviously, you have to intern to see the behind the scenes. You gotta work. You gotta find like some behind the scenes type of thing, and then you can see how it all works. And then you gotta be a funny guy, and then good to interview, and to interview others. It'd be like this whole thing. And I feel like it'd all be fake, you know? I feel like it'd all be fake in the end. Because, you know, you have the set, and then you have a bunch of cameras, and then you have the audience. Now, how do you know? Then now you have to set up the audience to always laugh at the joke. But when the joke is not funny and they still laugh, it's like, I feel like that's all of Jimmy Fallon. He's always laughing and he's always smiling, like to make up for like a bad moment and to cover up. But it's like it's not genuine, you know. That's like a huge thing. Like, what is genuine, and then all that stuff. But then, like, you look at Carson, you know, the Tonight Show. I think Tonight Show, Carson Tonight Show. Yeah, Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. He would always do like a set, like up at the start of the show, make the vibe. Like, even looking back at those videos, it's pretty nice. It's a nice watch. Wait, I got a text too. Hold on. I'll respond to it later. I'm fucking vibing though. Here, I got a question for y'all. Is truth absolute or is it simply relative? You know? Is truth absolute or relative? What do you say, lovely music track? Well, I'd say truth is always absolute. I think it's a dumb question. Because truth is what happens on a day-to-day basis, you know? Like, if I drink some water and I say I didn't drink water, that's a lie. If I thought I drank water, but I drank juice, then in reality I drank juice. Okay, look. I drank juice, I didn't know it was juice, I thought it was water. Then I go tell somebody I drank some water in the morning. Well, both statements are true in the sense that I thought that I drank water. And it could also be true that the water was actually juice. So it wasn't true that I did drink water, but it was true that I thought I drank water, and that the thing I actually drank was juice. So, you know, it's a stupid question, but I have it here. I have like a random topic generator, because like, what happens when I like lose things to say? I gotta have like a backup plan. I mean, I could run through some of my ideas right now. Like when you sneeze. Now, here's something you can dissect the truth from. Because I need to know, truthfully, whether or not which like I need to cover my bases. It's like a safety thing. Um. Okay, when I sneeze, well, when you sneeze, you go achoo, achoo. And some people have cute sneezes. Some people have like really ugly ones. That, like they make sure it's loud as possible. Like my dad makes sure it's loud as possible. When you sneeze, they say somebody is thinking about you, and that's really nice. Especially when you sneeze like 3-4 times in a row. Oh my God, there's a whole group of people thinking about me. And who knows where they're thinking about you. They're just thinking about you. That's what people say. But then they also say, the devil's trying to get in when you sneeze. Like, wait, which one is it, dude? I don't like. I like when people think about me, but I don't like the devil. Okay. Yeah, I really hate the devil. And is truth relative or absolute? And I guess I can see where the relative is, because if I think relatively, I think that something is water, or that I sneezed, let's say, but I might have not actually sneezed. And relatively speaking, I thought that I did do it, but in the end I didn't do it. So I guess it's still absolute, bro. It doesn't matter. But that whole sneezing dilemma it's got me like up a wall, and I got to do more research on it. And like, is it like the greater you sneeze, the more somebody's thinking about you? Because I try to sneeze as loud, like achoo, so like the guy across the road can hear me while I'm inside my home. But is that like a greater window for the devil to come in? I don't know. Then you say like bless you. But then when somebody doesn't say bless you, they're seeking your downfall. Now I gotta resent you for not saying bless you. But if I say excuse me, does that like, am I being polite to the devil? like excuse me, devil, you're not allowed to come in today. Okay, it's not your day. Maybe tomorrow. I just like to have people thinking about me right now. And that's a good point there. Thank you, Alex. Did I tell you this episode is sponsored by water? Take a sip. Let me tell you what this song is called now. Welcome to Yoshi's Island. It's like, I think the first one. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, it's Super Smash Bros. Oops. Huh. Yeah. But, I was just thinking about it. It's a good point. Like, I'm not religious, but if I was, I think it'd be a greater issue. Everybody sneezes. You can stop your sneeze, but does that mean like... Because, like, dude, there's so many ways to stop your sneeze. And sometimes it's like just breathing in further. We'll stop it. What if you like you hold it in, like you hold your breath and you sneeze and you feel your lungs expand? Like, that's dangerous. Like, your lungs could explode. But it's also a technique. But like, whenever you do that, that's like the devil giving you a consequence to not giving him an opening to sneeze, to enter while you sneeze. But what if when you're sneezing, it's just expelling all the bad juju, like spiritually, like I can see that, like the fucking ki, how like the Chinese have ki, like the ki, the bad feng shui. That's what it is. The bad feng shui is leaving my nostrils and my mouth. And it's kind of weird, like when you sneeze to expel it out of your mouth. Like, if I were to tickle your nose right now, I know it's gonna be weird. If I were to tickle your nose right now, and then like your nostrils, your hair is kind of like, I'm kind of pulling on your hair, and then like I'm going kuchiku, and then achoo, and like you're spitting it out. That's kind of nasty. Sometimes like these sneezes come loaded with like mucus. It's kind of crazy how we don't expel it through our nose. Like our body doesn't tell us to blow your nose. It's more like spit it out, man. And it's just wonderful when you're on a train and you fucking spit it out all across so everybody can get it. And you know, something came in the news just recently about like the Hanta virus. And if one of the symptoms is sneezing, yeah, we're cooked. I know like a transmission is coughing, and that's part of the symptoms. And all of North America is just gonna get fucking cooked. Because nobody has... Sorry, I had the burp. Nobody nowadays has the decency to cover their mouth. At least when you're in like a highly populated area, like Toronto, people don't give a fuck. And it hurts me. I think just in general, most people don't give a fuck. And cleanliness is like one of my virtues, I'd say. I say that and then like my room right now. Like my bedroom is like always kind of like tossed up. But it's usually just the blanket that's tossed up. And only for places I like how I have to defend I feel like I have to defend myself. Some places that I barely use, like barely get cleaned, and I don't want people to use the places that barely get cleaned because then they get dirty. People barely clean it. Whatever. What was I talking about again? See, I'm literally just rambling. Oh my god, I completely forgot. It's okay. It's another moment to hydrate with this water. Delicious water. Yeah. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh my god. Don't sneeze, folks. The devil comes in. Yeah, I got another one for you. I heard a poem that was actually pretty nice. It's called Invictus. It's by William Ernest. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods for my unconquerable soul. Another passage from the poem, because it's pretty long, and I had to write it in my notebook. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And it feels good to read that. It's like an empowerment thing, you know? I'm like a body positivity lady, okay? It doesn't matter how fat and big you are. You're still beautiful on the inside. The inside out. You're still beautiful, girl. You're still beautiful. It doesn't matter how many curves and folds your belly goes under. Okay? Doesn't matter how many titties you have on your back. You're still pretty on the inside and out. Your back with all your titties makes me horny still. Don't even worry, girl. Don't even worry. Gosh. People these days. Oh my gosh. I thought this would be a pretty cool thing to talk about. Space mining. You think like one day space mining, it would be like on the front page of like a news article? I guess it could be, but I don't even believe we even went to the moon. You know, we did this one trip, the Artemis 2. They went around the planet once, the moon, sorry, to see the dark side. But to me, they look all edited, you know, and I think to a lot of people it doesn't seem real. And I've seen a lot of videos that say like that show that they fucked up on the recordings and stuff like that. I didn't even see the live broadcast. I saw the rocket go up. That was fucking awesome. That was really cool to see. But apparently people were saying like, oh, you know, not everybody, that they actually didn't even go into the rocket, blah 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 blah. This, I would hope that they went up into the sky, through the heavens, and into the endless void of space, to go further than any man has gone before. because we've only been to the light side of the moon supposedly, and on the dark side of the moon, that's like, well, it's obviously further. No, like being, and that being said, like the moon's like in tidal lock, right? So it always has one side facing the Earth. Regardless, I really hope something like that is true, because then we could eventually start space mining and getting them, and at that point, I guess all elements start losing value. And I wonder how we as a society will like gauge money. Like, will we just attribute a random value to a coin? Because right now we run on the petrodollar, supposedly, and not supposedly, but the U.S. runs on the petrodollar. So the oil is tied to the U.S. currency, and then we're all using the U.S. currency as a result of that. After like World War II, there's like a whole bunch of like nitty gritty stuff when it comes to history, but I would hope that the truth behind the space missions is absolute and not just relative. Like, we all saw it happen, so relatively speaking, that's our truth. But absolute wise, it had to have happened, or else it's really disappointing. Really disappointing to not only me, but our benefactors, water, H2O. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Delicious. It fuels everything, really. Your sneezes, your mucus, your saliva, your muscle fibers. Yo, I went to the gym. My thighs were cooking. And cooking isn't to say like I could feel it, Mr. Krabs. The weights were they were light, but because I've been so out of shape for so long, going into it again was kind of tough, knowing that I lost all the gains I had like 3 years ago when I did used to go to the gym a lot more, and not just like once every 6 months. I really let myself go after 3 years, and it's not good. Been telling the shoddy, and the shoddy also agrees for herself. The wifey, I feel like in my heart, I feel so scared to call her wifey in case she there's like some sort of betrayal there. But I'm gonna say here in front of all of y'all who are listening, I really love that lady, that girl, my girlfriend. And well, he's correct. And she helps me out with these thoughts. Like I was telling her about the prego lady, and I'm like thinking of all these pregnant ladies, and they always have the scene in shows where the lady comes out and she's like extremely pregnant, and then she's like starts slowly rubbing her tummy, and I can't help but be grossed out, because in my mind I'm thinking I'm switching the role. Like, that's like a really fat guy who happens to look like he's pregnant, and he starts slowly rubbing and caressing his stomach. Dude, it fucking disgusts me, because I can like just picture like the hairy stomach and like how much indigestion like the fucking fat guy has. And it's like no tea, no shade to the pregnant ladies. I'm sure they need that, but like the baby inside is probably going like, get off my fucking roof, it's my roof. And then kids starts kicking. Maybe that's why kids start kicking, because the pregnant lady just starts rubbing it. I don't know, I thought about that last night, and I was like doing it on a FaceTime, and just like the motion is disgusting. Like, if you do it yourself, like stick out your stomach as far as possible and then just start rubbing it like slowly, and then picture like a fat guy who's hairy doing that same motion. And maybe you are the fat guy who's hairy. Do that motion, and if you're not disgusted with yourself, you're a disgusting guy, person, being. Don't be near me ever. ever. I've had poor experience with a fat, hairy guy behind me, sweaty, rubbing it all. I remember going to this rave, having fantastic time. The shotty's loving it. I'm like having okay time. I don't like raves. They're like whatever. And like this fat Jesus guy behind me, long hair, a little bit sweaty. You know, we're packed in this room because it's a concert basically. And I'm like just trying to protect my girl and be like, no man is coming near this woman. But like all I feel is just like the fucking stomach of fat Jesus behind me, sweaty, rubbing it back and forth because we're so tightly packed. And I'm like, I'm getting harassed unintentionally. And I don't like just the thought of like a fat, sweaty belly rubbing on your back constantly while you're trying to have a good time is disgusting to me. And so I'm thinking about these like pregnant ladies, and I'm putting fat Jesus with his belly sweaty, hairy, and like he's slightly rubbing it, and he's making direct eye contact with you, and he's like, oh yeah, this feels good. Yeah. Oh, this is disgusting. Okay, get that fucking out of here. Gross, filthy. Yeah. That's such a sidetrack. Back to Hanta virus. That's just scary because we booked a cruise. I think August. And I don't wanna have the fear of the Hanta virus, bro. Like get these, like we had like influenza, the H1Z1, the flu. They would get flu shots, but like not even I am getting flu shots anymore. I feel like they're complete hack. They're not real. Same with like COVID-19. You had like all these booster shots, and I felt like some people that I knew, they were like, oh, how many booster shots do you have? I have 5. And I'm like, dude, I got a booster just because my dad was paranoid about it. And I didn't even want it at all. I didn't even want the original shot, but I got it because we were traveling and they weren't allowing people to travel if you didn't have the shot. Now they're gonna have the Hanta virus, and they're gonna have the Hanta virus like fucking vaccine, and they're gonna be like, you can't travel unless you have the Hanta virus. And all I want to do is just enjoy my vacation in the Caribbean, relaxing on a cruise. I don't want to be one of those folks that people put on the internet, sink the ship. We don't need 100 people. We already have 7.1 billion people on the planet. Yeah, I want to be a part of the people that mob and be like, yeah, get them out. Witch. It's a witch. I don't want to be like the guy on the boat. Please save us. We don't want to die. We may have Hanta and maybe spread it towards you, but trust me, it'll only show symptoms after 2 weeks. I don't want to be begging for my life. That'd be a terrible position to be in, man. The Hanta virus, as far as I'm concerned, is a sham. It's a cover-up for Little St. James and the Epsteins. Like, and the Iran, like there's probably something happening out there that we don't know. And it's all conspiracy shit, but hold on, this song is switching my vibe up. This song is called Green Greens for Kirby the Wii version. I'm not listening to this, bro. What am I listening to? Can we get somebody else on the fucking DJ? The mix? What is this, bro? Let's switch this. We're gonna do Ice Cream by Rystar. It's like Pokemon music. I hope it's audible. I gotta keep like some audio track to make sure my audio system is working. Because even if I put direct monitor on my audio interface, the interface still receives power from the computer, but the sound card in the computer stops reading it, and that might be due in part to the setup as a whole. But man, that fucks it up like royally for me. Cause now I don't know if somebody's talking or if my audio is going out. I already said it before, but it's such a bitch, dude. Such a bitch. Let's see here. I wish I had like ways to interact with people that would help with like filling this hour. It's hard to talk for an hour. Gotta keep just pumping out ideas and thoughts. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of an addict. I've tried all the natural drugs, alcohol, weed, tobacco, you know, in the form of cigars. And I come to find that in the end, I'm insatiably, oh fuck, I fucked it up. Insatiably addicted to food. Given enough time, I get these stomach pains. I'm yearning for food. Like, so I get so cranky. I go, give me food. And look, and I'm always looking to get the next hit. Like, I know where's the food. Where's the food, man? Put the food on my plate now. You know, it's like it's a terrible stage called hunger, and we got so many people that, you know, they walk around hungry and seeking for more. I call it ambition, but others call it a problem. Yeah. I always wondered what would happen if we never had to eat. So if we didn't have to eat, a lot of time would be saved. But then we'd also be missing those gorgeous days and nights we have with family and friends, where you're all just sitting around and eating a plate of food. Hold on, let me change this music. Also, quick break. Thank you, water, for sponsoring this video. Can never go a day without H2O, as thirst is also a spot of weakness for me. Can't go another 5 days without it. Or is it 3 days? I think 3 days and you die. It's cooked. Let's see. Let's change this music. This is called Island Life. No. This is Rainbow Castle, bro. Let's go Island Life. Bum, 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 bum. I remember when it wasn't popular to you know, listen to like funky music like this. Be like, what are you, punk, bitch? Watch real shit. Don't watch anime. What, you like cartoons? Fucking weirdo. And like, be like, nah, man. I used to be like that. And then I watched One Punch Man, and that shit, like, it kicked my ass. Like, that was so fun. That was so fun to watch. Funny. A lot of people would say that, you know. And ever since then, I just turned over a new leaf. I always loved Dragon Ball. I didn't even know that one was anime. I thought it was just a cartoon. But then, yeah, now there's like so many people are riding anime dick, dude. And it's become so mainstream because, you know, a lot of people grew up with it, that it'd be weird not to watch anime because of how good the medium is for certain genres. Obviously, like, you don't want to be watching, you don't want to be caught watching isekais, which is like a journey to another world, and like, of course, the guy ends up having a lot of girls around him. Like, my fault, bro. Didn't know you goon like that. And same with gooning, actually. gooning is not even like that bad realistically, unless like you're like fucking edging, goon edge maxing. Because gooning was like the original Playboy. You'd have like a poster note, like a poster up, and it's like a lovely, gorgeous, fucking sexy lady. Slapped on it, it says Play Bunny at the bottom. Playboy, sorry, not Play Bunny. I can see that, you know, and that's not too bad. But like, okay, like if every second of your day is looking at porn, yeah, that's a problem. That's more than just gooning. You're just creepy, and you need a sex life separate from that, you know, or not even a sex life. You just need hobbies. Like, go fucking rock climbing. I've been wanting to go rock climbing, but I know I don't have the strength to climb. So I'm trying to go to the gym and go do that shit, and then have like a day in a month where I just go rock climbing and just chill the entire day on the rock climbing wall. And I want to eventually do bouldering, but that's hard. That takes strength and commitment. And a thing that I found, and I learned this through League, that League is all about mental. And you know, even if you int one game, you go play the next game. It's just consistency and how long you're willing to put time into the game to learn it, or to even just play the games out, because eventually you will rank up if you play right and consistent. And you can transfer that to anything. Like you go to play Valorant, right? This is the main thing I got from Valorant, where if you just play consistently, you know the game, you start learning the game, you have a sixth sense for it. So you transfer that to rock climbing or bouldering. Like, maybe I can do this, and then you do it, and then some other guy goes, how did you even think to do that? And you say, I've had so much experience in bouldering, it just popped into my head. And I can only imagine for things that like sound good or is good. In comedy, they go, how'd you think of that bit? And they go, I don't know, it just popped in. But really, they're putting in work every day, trying to think of new things, you know. And you get into the habit of doing that, of course you're gonna have like fucking funny things, especially if you're a funny guy. I hope to think I'm a funny guy, but you know, I always had that sixth sense in the back going, you're nothing. You don't know what's funny. People in the room don't even care what you have to say. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like that. Not in like the funny sense and trying to be humoristic. Just more in like, probably people feel like they don't have anything to do, to say. They're not interesting. They're not confident in themselves. And even still, you don't even have to say much to have a good conversation. Could just only be intrigued and ask questions, not even revealing much about yourself. And then that's when the other guy gets self-conscious and be like, maybe I'm talking too much. You know, maybe I'm giving a little bit of myself too much. And then that's when you have to switch and start talking about yourself. But you know, that's like a whole different thing. I don't know. At the end of the day, though, this video is sponsored by water. Every 10 minutes, gotta remind you, drink that water. Lovely, delicious H2O. I've had a good day. I think I'm good to cut this a little bit early. Thank you for joining me on this fantastic journey to life. This is my journal entry for Saturday. Thank you for joining me. Love you. Mwah. Till next time. Bro Chacho. Till next time, my friend. Have a good one.